Everything litty, I love when it's hot. Turned to the city, I broke out the knot. History, it made me a lot. He tried to diss me and it on Fox. We call them chopsticks cause they gonna chop. Took out.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we're on the road to the Super Bowl. Coming up, let's close out another great week of football with a Sunday night primetime matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Detroit Lions. The Hallis Trophy and a date at the Super Bowl await one of these teams as we begin the NFC Championship game. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. First game on the ground to Jahmyr Gibbs. This is ahead for about 5. Knocked down by Jahan Campbell.
That's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground. You could throw beyond the sticks. You really create some indecision now defensively.
First down run, nabs him 5. Now 2nd and 5. They'll throw it. Trying for the deep ball. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. He was hoping to get it to Isaac Tisslaw there. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up. And it's taking chances like that help make them a postseason team, Brock. They're going to need to connect on at least a couple of those in this game.
Exactly. These are the types of plays we expect from every team in the postseason, right? Well-timed risks and an aggressive mindset that reflects all the stakes of each and every game.
And this great effort winds up getting them well into enemy territory before he's brought down. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down. New set of downs for them. They'll start at the 38. On first down, it's Gibbs. Went in there full steam ahead, but he ran out of steam pretty quickly. No gain on that one.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. That's complete to Sam Laporta. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for 1st and goal.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, then go to work after.
Let's go now.
From the red zone now. That's caught right in for the goal line. Oh, we lost it. Someone punched it out. And the Birds got to it. It looked like those 6 points were theirs. They were right there on the horizon, but a very disappointing way for that to end, as instead they turn it over down near the goal line.
Yeah, I think the word I'd use here, Kate, is bittersweet, because it wasn't all bad. That opening drive still made it right to the edge of the end zone. A lot to build on here, but man, what a painful way for that drive to end.
And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
That run right there, that kind of feels like your missed opportunity defensively. Got him backed up, and you played it well enough to contain the run, but you didn't play it well enough to damage the run.
4 yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6.
Hello. What's up, dude?
Right side, reeled in by Pitts. And he's not going to get the first.
Okay.
Get it real close, though. Timmy Brown gets a gain of 5. 3rd down coming up.
That's not a big completion on a stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends will get you.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. First carry here for the rookie from the U. And he'll pick up enough.
No, yeah. Yes, I do, baby. Yes, I do. You?
Blown back in the
secondary. This guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Escapes the pocket. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. It brings up 3rd down.
That may not look like much, and on tomorrow's grade sheet, it'll just be an S for satisfactory. But that's a good decision. Nowhere to go with the ball. Don't put it in harm's way.
Air it out on 3rd. He had it on point, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. They're bringing out Mick Wisnowski to punt it away on 4th. And he's out of bounds. Not the return that he had drawn up. No way. And actually loses yards. First call here coming for the shotgun. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. Finds his running back, DeAndre Swift. Here's the intensity we expect in the playoffs. The defense going big play hunting, and they get him behind the line.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
Takes the 2nd down snap. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And for the 2nd straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way, and that's going to bring up a tough 3rd down.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like.
Mm-mm.
When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
Absolutely fires this one into heavy coverage, and that's intercepted. Andrew Makuba makes the play. And the Eagles will be down inside the opposing 35 as they take over after that interception. 2 set of downs for him from the 31.
Job. Yeah. Here's something.
He finds space into the red zone. And he's finally
Nah, you're good.
You
good.
Well, more often than not, it's a passing game that's asked to go from first down in just one play. But when you get that big play potential on the ground, jeez, just infuses your offense with confidence.
Looks like they're going option keeper on 1st and 10. He loses the football. And it looks like the
Phew.
offense got that one back. Yes, they did. They pounce on it inside the 10. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up. Ooh, let's give him a second there. Give him a sec. I'm going to imagine his heart's probably going, what, 150, 160 beats per minute right now, Brock, after nearly losing that fumble.
Yep, and it wasn't just a ball he dropped there. It was at least 3 points, too. But fortunately, that ball stays with him in the red zone. And now I'm really curious. It's one of those moments, Kate, where they put the ball back in his hands, trust him again to hold on to it, and maybe go get that touchdown you know he so badly wants.
Call it 4 yards, and they're set up with a manageable 3rd and 2. Back-to-back carries here. And ooh, this one does not have a chance. They were ready for that one, and the effort brings up 4th down. We're 1 quarter into deciding who's going to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the 2nd. We're back to Ford Field right after this. Ready now for our 2nd quarter. The Eagles have the football. On a chance to take the lead here as they line up for the field goal. Elliott connects there. And they're able to get 3 points off that turnover.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown if you wanted. That's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
And he fields this one, but is not going to return it from the end zone. So the ball going to be placed down at the 35-yard line. Good field position for the Lions here as they head up to the line. 1st and 10.
Yep.
Let's start on the ground with Gibbs. He'll be stopped after just about a
No.
yard. 2nd and 9 coming up.
I don't think that's the amount
Taking
they
care of
look
a
for, Kate.
sick
Gonna lead
baby.
to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Bone.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9.
Let's go now. Pass the 60. Pass the 60. Shot 60. Shot 60.
Back to throw. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Andrew Makuba makes the play. And the Eagles get it back as he intercepts him for the 2nd time this game. Well, that should pretty much shut down.
Thank you. Thank you.
This guy has ended each of their last 2 drives by himself with an interception.
And that's kind of the price you pay when you're playing phenomenal ball as a defender. I can remember Aaron Rodgers, primetime game, said, I'm not even throwing once. And didn't attack Richard Sherman one time that game.
He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Now they're going to throw out of the gun. Deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out.
Go.
They got it back. They can try and salvage something. And from where that fumble came, Brock, zero chance they were going to turn a profit on that play, right? But at least they did get it back.
Oh my goodness. I swear.
They dodged the turnover, but still 3rd and pretty long. They've got to figure out. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's going to be stopped well shy of that first down marker. Call it a yard. That one's 4th down coming up. Jake Elliott out to put up 3 for the Eagles. It's going to be a tough one, 55 yards away. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that one was hit great. It sails on through without incident.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
And he's going to field this one in the end zone without a return. So that's going to bring us out to the 35-yard line. Good field position for the Lions here as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. Isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play.
That was a situation where I think the previous drive really affected the decision-making there. Coming off a pick, he wasn't about to challenge the coverage. Instead, he just took his medicine.
Finds Isaac to Slaw, complete. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. Gain of 26 yards there. And the Lions have a first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10. Takes the handoff. Now to throw. Catch made left side by Laporta. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop.
Kid, I can promise you that's one of those play-action plays they've repped over the week. They're in practice. They're both quarterback and tight end. Went to bed last night thinking, man, I hope this one's called. And when it is, I hope we have just a little space to operate. That play-action looks beautiful. And the tight end, the beneficiary.
And he's going to be stopped, but not before he gets him all the way down to that 15-yard line. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains. And they'll come up on 1st and 10. Straight ahead with Gibbs. Sees this outside, winds up with a nice chunk of yards there as a result. It's 2nd 10.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
Oh no, they get him yet again. Keely Bingo, picks it off. And this is going to be pick six. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Rookie quarterback Brock threw it away their last drive. Seemed like he might have been trying to do too much to make up for that mistake, and instead things snowball.
Yeah, these are the valuable lessons you have to learn from. You cannot be a mistake repeater. But being a rookie quarterback at Ass State, he threw 28 of them his rookie year. Sometimes you just learn on the job, but you cannot repeat those kind of mistakes.
This will end up as a touchback.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Good field position for the Lions here as they head up to the line. First and 10. Back to work they go after the interception. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Eagles will be down inside the 35 as they take over after that interception. First down now, ball at the 33. Low back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's second and 6. Caught by his back. This one only manages a yard before coming to an end out of bounds. It's going to be third down.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Here they go, getting set for third and 4. Back to throw. That one complete to Pitts. And he goes out of bounds. That's going to set up first and goal.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook is wide open.
So from the 3, here's second and goal. Oh, fullback's got it. Look at the power. And he's in for the touchdown. The Eagles boat racing them to the halftime locker room. Elliott on now to attempt the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Eagles push the lead to 20. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Okay, well that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here too. Ball coming out to our 35-yard line. Good field position for the Lions here as they head up to the line. First and 10. Drive begins with Gibbs. And he stops quickly here. 2 yards on the play. We've got second and 8. Offense in the hurry up here.
A 3-yard pickup brings up second and 7.
Throwing it on second down. Connecting with his back here. Swift. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like the 40-yard line.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
5 men out in the secondary for the Eagles on third down. Throwing from the gun. That's complete to Slaw. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Go play action on first down. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on
ball's incomplete this first half so far. It's not met the standard they set for themselves.
This is a heater going deep. He almost threw another one. Back-to-back throws now that should have been picked off, partner, as he continues making risky decisions with the football.
Safe to say there's been an early disconnect between the planning phase and the execution phase for this offense. Might be time, Kate, really to get back to basics, to the calls that you just trust the most.
Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
Kate, as a quarterback, that is so rough. Incomplete, incomplete, incomplete. You're going to go to the sidelines, you're going to look at that tablet, and you're going to try to figure out how in the heck do we turn this around.
And he sets them back to begin this drive. That kick goes out, and I'd call it about the 12-yard line. The clock reads 20 seconds now as the final drive of this half begins. They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. This winds up being an excellent play for them from deep in their own territory, up approaching that 30-yard line. Time now taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. All set now, 1st and 10. Working now from the gun. That's him on the quick hitter. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 30-yard line.
So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. The Hallis Trophy awaits one of these teams, partner. Just a half to go as we're off in the 3rd quarter. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this 2nd half. We've got a touchback. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10.
Get it. Cowboy 80. Let go.
They'll go play action. Bails out of the pocket quick. Completed left side to Smith. And he's going to be blocked down at the 42.
As soon as he starts to escape, Kate, you can almost see that gunslinger mentality come to life. It takes really perfect defense to hold up and keep him from finding something that'll go get that first down. They couldn't do it right there.
Running for the marker on 2nd. And this will only complicate matters for 3rd down, partner. They're sent backwards. Ooh, talk about a bad look there, Brock. Going jumbo set and still moving backwards after that play.
I don't think you're talking to this defense, Kate, because I think they thought that was an excellent look to knock that thing backwards.
Yeah, good point, good point. So now here's 3rd and 5.
Go. 19 Tiger. 19 Tiger.
Setting up to throw. That is caught. He's got ground. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. Pick up 14 yards on that one. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Still has some space inside the 35. Spins out of one stop. And they're going to be working from the red zone as he reaches the 16. It's a 30-yard gain, Brock. So unsurprisingly, that gives him a 1st down.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the 2nd level and beyond.
Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got 1st and 10 from the red zone. Into traffic, complete. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal. And that right there is about the best you can hope for against double coverage. Good chunky yards, and more importantly, Brock, you don't get burned taking a risk.
Yeah, it's really the defense that gets burned, and that is just demoralizing. You got double coverage, you got what you want, and two guys can't stop one.
Bigsby has nothing on that run. They stand strong and stop him at the 2.
They just could not even find a sliver of breathing room on that first down, and this is not an envious spot for this play caller to be in. I don't know what you go to now.
Trying again from the 2. It's 2nd and goal.
Let's go. Go.
Keeps it on the option here. And the defense wins this rep. That's stopped at the line, and now they've got 3rd and goal.
When you get stuff like that on a 2nd down run, the focus kind of shifts from getting a first down to just giving your punter enough room to get the ball out.
Stopped at the line on 2nd. Need to fight forward 2 more yards here on 3rd and goal.
Pressure on Lady. Ready.
And he scores. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles grow the lead coming out at halftime. A.J. Brown, the touchdown. Point after added on by Elliott. And the Eagles grow their lead yet again. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. Good field position for the Lions here as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
This defense, they had a plan, and they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw here. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
Even the best of them could be hurried into a throw before they're ready, and that pressure just messed up all the timing, the rhythm, and the clock of the quarterback.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. 3rd and long, they're going to throw. Going to let this one fly deep downfield. Brought in inside the 20. He will go. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions start the 2nd half with some needed points. Bates tacks on the extra point. And the Lions still have a lot of work to do, Brock. It's a 20-point difference now. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. And he got all in that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line. 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play. And it's not just your quarterbacks, Brock Hewitt, who've got to have short memories. You tell me this too. Defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
Here we go. Here we go.
Defender's there, and he forces the incompletion. Good play to bring about this 3rd down.
You know, it's one thing to tell a quarterback not to telegraph a pass. It's quite another to fundamentally do the right things. You got to use your eyes to move defenders in this league, especially on your primary target.
Cowboy 80.
Third and long for him here. Complete beyond the marker. And in a blink, they are off to midfield before somebody manages to stop him. He picks up 15 on the play. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia 1st down. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. He did well on that play, but might have had some early help. We've got a flag down. So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. One of the tight ends motioning left. They'll run here following the penalty. And he's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Throwing on seconds. Hits his running back. He takes this down to the opposing 47. Terrion Arnold in on the stop.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
Six yards to go here. It's third down. Throw here, third down. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. Fourth down coming up. The Eagles are in punt formation. It'll be Mitch Wisnowski doing the honors.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. First and 10. Throwing off the play fake. That's caught. He found some space. And they'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Throwing from the gun here. Downfield is fine. St. Brown. There it is. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions shave some off the deficit late in the quarter. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the touchdown. Point after up and good from Bates. And the Lions drop the lead back to 13.
14.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, first and 10. First play, they go quick out to the left, complete. And he's tackled for a short gain. Just a quarter left before one of these teams punches its ticket to the Super Bowl. The Eagles with the lead, hoping to close out a playoff win. This is 2nd and 6 coming up. Now they're going to throw out of the gun. Cut down the field. It's Pitts. And this is going to be down to, it looks like, about the opposing 36 for their next snap. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
First down. A gain of 26 yards.
They've got a man in motion.
First down.
On first down, they'll run. And that run good for a handful as it brings up 2nd down.
I don't mind that call on the early downs. Give that defense something to think about. You got the inside run between the tackles, and whether it's jet sweeps or a little swing pass, or in that case a toss, make sure you threaten to the outside.
Run picks up 6, so that means it's 2nd and 4. Plowing up the middle. This is going to take him into the red zone. He's down at the 16-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Danger, King. Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
offense getting set. Here's 1st and 10. From the red zone now. He's got it at the 5. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. That was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
So much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
After the loss, it's 2nd and goal from the 5. He gets it again. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field. All right, Brock, so not a huge gain on the play, and the defense decides they'd rather let him keep it than replay that down.
Which means now they had better have a good follow-up for that decision. Make that decision the right decision and make sure that small gain doesn't lead to a 1st down.
Running it after the penalty. Ooh, no luck. He tried. He was fighting, but they send him backwards on 3rd and goal. Their dominance against his ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times do you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number 1 is?
Stop the run.
And they've been doing it. Well, it's hard to call that the official moment that sealed this win, but up 16 here in the 4th, it's going to take a heck of a sequence of events to see this game tied back up.
And he won't opt to bring this one out. He's content to keep it there in the end zone. They'll start their drive at the 35. Good field position for the Lions here as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. They'll throw to start the drive. Throw left side, and St. Brown has it. And he is hauled down right at that midfield stripe. Moving quickly, trying to get set. They'll throw it here on 1st. Taking a shot deep here. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He's looking deep once again. He almost threw another one. Back-to-back throws now that should have been picked off, partner, as he continues making risky decisions with the football. Well, at this point, Brock, the surprise isn't that he nearly threw another interception, right? It's that these guys actually let him off the hook defensively this time by dropping it.
Kate, they let him off the hook. Let him off the hook. And the stat sheet might forget that near interception, but the coaches won't. That's called a turnover-worthy play. Making way too many of them.
And he fights his way down to the 35 before the defense can get him out. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that is good for Detroit 1st down. We've set it down from the 37.
At the 37-yard line.
Still sticking with the passing game. And they pick him off again. Off to the races, middle of the field. And this is going to be a pick 6. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Hard to believe they got him yet again, Kate, especially with how far they had to go on that return. Mentally, this is not a place you ever want to be as a quarterback. It is devastating. Defensively, this is teaching tape for not just taking it away, but taking it to the house.
A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. Here's Gould on the return. Ooh, a big lick from the coverage team there. And that is going to stop things before they can get it to the 30.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Go.
Back to work they go after the interception. Complete left side. It's to Slav. And it's a quality effort here as he's pushed out right along the 40.
It's
They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He could take it to the house.
To the air now on 1st and 10. Makes the grab in bounds left side. He's taken down as he takes this to the 38. Working quickly here.
That's another Detroit Lions first down.
Pass play on 1st and 10. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. It's 3 sacks for the game so far. Brings up 2nd down.
It's double-edged sword. I totally understand. These quarterbacks today are so athletic, and they love to keep plays alive, but it can turn smaller losses into much bigger setbacks like we see yet again.
He's still going at the 30. And he gets this all the way to the 25 before they stop him. Put him 24 yards on that one. And the Lions have a 1st down.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
We've reached the 2-minute warning in Detroit. Lions trying to make it look a little nicer on that scoreboard. All right, they look set now. Here we go, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Cut at the 10-yard line. And it'll be 1st and goal. Stop is made at the 5-yard line.
21 more yards. And the Lions first down.
From the red zone on 1st. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. It's 2nd and goal. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever. And he will score. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions putting up points in a game decided. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate. You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. What makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
Well, this one not quite over just yet. They've got 3 timeouts at their disposal, but really need to make the unexpected recovery here. And the onside kick doesn't pan out. The Eagles make the recovery.
No question they wanted the ball back late, but you don't see many of these recovered by the kicking team in the NFL. You see even fewer recovered when they're actually expecting it, like they certainly were right there.
Thrown back, it's the handoff. And he'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4. Now the Lions calling timeouts. They're first. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down.
Let's go now. 19, 70.
Oh, Brock, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. That's incomplete left side. He was looking for A.J. Brown there. And that takes them to 3rd down. He takes off with it. They're holding strong here. The defense gets him at the line. That's going to bring up 4th down. Detroit calls timeout. It's 2nd. So on 4th down, on comes the Eagles kicker, Jake Elliott, for the try. This from the right hash and a considerable distance.
We got ourselves a 3-score game now after that make. It's got to feel like it's going to just about do it with any hopes of a comeback still smoldering. I think these kickers enjoy those opportunities, Kate, to be the one to kick this lead out of range.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Here's Gould on the return. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun.
Yeah, baby.
Shotgun snap. They'll throw. Pass him on the quick hitter. And they drop
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Big catch, but it's going
You?
to stay worse for the defense. A big gain, and the chain's moving too. Fresh set of downs now from the 39.
First and 10 at the 30.
Back to pass on 1st and 10. Throw came out right as the defense to him. That's an incomplete pass.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Completed to his running back. And he's going to be hauled down on a gain across midfield. Down inside
Wish
the
Campbell would make a play.
They get 18
You know what I mean?
yards out of it and a new
Do
set of
something.
downs.
Something out of nothing, Kate. That may as
Here
well
we
be
go.
listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. No luck finding his receiver that time. And now it's second down.
Let's go. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Sticking to the air here. Going all the way to the end zone here. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
That play is so impressive on so many levels. Not just because it saves a touchdown, Kate. He had to time that perfectly to knock it free without drawing a flag, but let him establish
Pick it.
possession for the score. That is so good. And that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
They've got to go for it in this spot, Brock. This is fourth down. Desperation time here. Taken in by Williams outright. And he's taken out of bounds as he gets it down near the red zone. How about 19 yards on fourth down, partner? And the call to go for it pays off. They are throwing it again. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. Taking a deep shot there on first down. Okay, no luck connected. It's incomplete.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
From the 24 once again. It's second and 10. He's going to throw it again. That one is incomplete. The clock now down to 16 seconds remaining.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And
he will score. It's a Detroit touchdown. The Lions get it back to within 2 possessions. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game.
that's some good old-fashioned playground football. Even at the elementary school, find the fastest kid and let him run.
Has it at the 1. And he's going to get in there for 2. The lead shrinks to 10. Well, time making this all but impossible, but they're going to try for the onside kick here anyway. Oh, did the Lions get to that one? Yes, they got it back. Well, Brock, you can't blame him with how tough it is to recover an onside kick anymore, but he did hit it before it went 10 yards, so they had to throw the flag. Second quarterback run here. So the Eagles will fly out of here with a road win. They are your NFC champions, Brock. What a mix of emotions out there right now, right? Happiness to have made it, but also remembering this isn't the ultimate prize. There's a far more important game still to come.
Yeah, and I think maybe they think about that tomorrow. Kind of like these baseball teams do such a great job, Kate, of celebrating every series win.
Yeah.
You're going to celebrate this, and these guys are going to enjoy the heck out of it.